I had to, um, sorry I had to go so quickly. I was getting an incoming phone call I had to take. I already know who it was. Normally I just let it go to voicemail, but with him I can't really do that. So, I had to have when the Scorpio calls, you answer. Um, see, even Jack knows. Um, Smile, Jack. Yeah. Cleaning myself, Mom. Anywho, back to what we were talking about earlier. Going back into the 3D. Like I said, if I can do it with as resistant as what I was, you guys can do it too. People need us out there. And like I said, I'm really sorry that I had to cut off my last message like I did. But like I said, when the Scorpio contacts you, you have to hang up. You have to close out. It's a lot of times there's a lot of wisdom that comes just from him and I speaking and stuff. So um, won't be long now. Like I said, the Kraken will be released. Phoenix Rising. I'm very proud of him. Some of the stuff comes out his mouth does not sound like the man that I knew that prior to him being incarcerated. So I'm happy for him. No matter what happens, um, be it him or me, whatever, um, I'm proud of him. I've saw him transform in many ways too. Um, Still a little emotionally closed off, but that'll come. You kind of have to be when you're around, you know, that type of environment. So either way, enough of that. Um, my last message that I was talking about, sorry about transmuting energy and transmuting in the Matrix. We were talking about energy vampires and how, yeah, many of us have been drained from energy vampires, and I still see them. However, if you take it from me, um, we have so much light and we're vibrating so much higher and our frequency is so much higher that they can't take it, please. They're not going to be able to attach to you. They're going to try, absolutely, and they're going to be around. However, don't give them a reaction. Pretend they don't exist. Yes, it pisses them off, but they get energy when you give them an emotional reaction. When you go supernova, like what an empath would, yeah, these people don't understand. Blue flame also does have a dark side. It all depends. I mirror what gets mirrored back to me. Um, However, what I do is I match light frequency against their dark, and it dispels their darkness, and it pisses them off because they can't get a reaction. Um, it just makes me want to be more happy and more joyful, and that gives me more energy. Um, I take their energy and I use it. Oh well, call me whatever you want. I give no shits. So I don't have Pluto in the 12th for no damn reason. It was good in Libra. I balance that bitch. So don't come and try and steal my energy at this point. You'll be met with Pluto. Pluto got my back. That's why I said anytime Scorpio calls, I have to answer internally. Um, there's my reasonings behind that. Um, Especially during this eclipse portal that we are experiencing as a collective. Um, Many of us feel it. Yeah, like I said, that first, I'm working through these eclipses. I went to work during an eclipse and I cried for 4 hours after. And it had nothing to do with what was going on there. It just was me releasing um, any kind of projections or anything that was being projected on me during that time. Yeah, I just released it. Now I do realize like that isn't where I'm working at now, isn't the end all be all. That was just my stepping stone to get back out there and get reacclimated back into society and meet some new people, actually probably people that will help me get to the next level, that can give me references and stuff for a higher paying job or wherever I'm going next. The divine does things systematically, bringing people into our lives and removing them when it's time. You'll know when it's time to move on. The thing is we always, me personally, I always took things so personal when things didn't work out. Well, here it was just, the divine being like, your time here is just up. You know, you got everything that you were going to learn from here. Now it's time to move on. And when that time's up there, which I don't think that they're ever going to, like, unless I royally screw up something, or which the job I have, that can't happen. But unless something really yeah, it'll have to be me probably that puts the clinkers to it, and it's time to move on. It's just me listening to my gut instinct. Now, obviously, the divine says it's time to go, and I resist, then I will start getting opposition more, and all of that stuff will start happening. Many times when we get that type of resistance from coworkers, and we start losing our favor, we know it's time to move on. And if we resist that, then is, especially when we know it's time. The thing is what are we afraid of letting go of? What are we afraid of losing? It's like the last live that I did. Like I said, I'm sorry I had to cut off so fast, and I did have quite a few people on here, but giving you some wisdom and knowledge. If you didn't see part one of this, which I didn't put part one because I can only type out so much titles, and I didn't know that I was gonna get the phone call when I did, because he can call from any time from like 7 to 9:30, pretty much how it's been. And he's apologizing a lot. He's like, I don't want to call you all the time because I know it costs money and stuff, and I'm like, well, it's not like it won't be much longer now, so it doesn't matter technically at this point. But one of the things I kept telling him, I am proud of you. And I told him if he needs a sponsor, he needs somebody to go with him to meetings, or he needs support, I'm here for that. Bottom line, I've been here the whole entire time. I wouldn't do this for I do this for people that I care about, but I wouldn't do this just for just anybody. Anywho. It's been a long 4 years, long 5 years collected. Many of us have been going through this transformation since 2017 and prior. For me, it's been since Pluto went into Capricorn, since 2008. Even before that, I've always had supernatural things happen. It's just it was so sporadic. I might have one supernatural thing happen and nothing happens for a year or two. I'm sure it was always happening. I just didn't put two and two together. Now, if you go back into history and your history, I'm sure that there was a lot of supernatural things that happened and you just didn't realize it. So the divine shows up. especially for his kids. Like, you're chosen. You were chosen. You weren't chosen just to sit in your house and freaking suck up good energy. You chose to expel it and release it onto the masses. They need you. I've been telling people this. The masses need us at this time. And sorry, my daughter just messaged. How else are they gonna, especially if they're just now, there's a lot of people who are awakening to who they are, or they're going through an identity crisis and they need to know who they are. You need to be the example of how to be authentic, and that it's okay to, not cast judgment, but to guide them and show them that where they're at is exactly where they need to be, and how they can transform out of, if they're in a bad place. We need to model that, and your story and your life story of what you've gone through. Not that we're a victim, but many people don't understand that we've gone through a lot. Our stories of what we've been through can help so many other people. Your testimony of how you transformed, and how you got out of depression, how you got out of anxiety, all of those things. Like I said, I was healed. I saw the divine heal my daughter because I had faith. She was going to be healed. And I claim that. She has not been sick since February, which is part of the reason, like, kind of a good excuse of why I didn't go back to work in the Matrix, because I was dealing with, I didn't know if she was going to get sick and I'd have to be at the hospital with her all the time, like I was for 2.5 years. The divine healed my daughter. So I claim that. And sure enough, she has not been sick since. Even through these squares, these Uranus Saturn squares, which Saturn has been square in transiting through her sun sign, and all of those planets that she has, like 5 different placements in Aquarius that Saturn's been hitting hard the past 2.5 years. Now Saturn's soon going to be transiting into Pisces, and then things are going to get solidified. Your spiritual transformation is going to get not, especially with Jupiter retrograding back right now. I think it's like at 29 degrees Pisces right now. So, the collective, whatever you're getting over the course of the next few months, November, December, it will be going back into Aries directly. It won't be back in Pisces very long, but what's going to happen is these squares is setting you up to solidify your new timeline. And anything that you didn't want to release or get rid of, it can get ripped from you. I did post, I like Molly McCord. I like her energy updates, and I like she's an astrologer too. And I like what she has to say and how she puts it, because exactly what she said, which I posted on the timeline for this Saturn-Uranus square thing going on, exactly what she said is exactly what I'm doing, especially with releasing my identity as being a landlord, and unloading my apartment building, and how that's going to free me up. Like, Saturn and Uranus did not give your girl here and Pluto up in Capricorn, like all right, are you going to pay attention? Are you going to listen? Are you going to freaking do what we're telling you to do? Like, yeah, you got a job. Now you got to freaking sell that apartment building. Thanks. Kept on saying one more thing happens with any of these apartments. One more thing. Sure enough, a few weeks ago, I got a tenant bitching and saying they're going to move because I raised the rent $50 because of inflation, because of the heating costs. They didn't want to hear it. Well, Bye. I got a hold of the realtor and said, I'm ready to sell. Done. That's exactly what I did. So as of today, my apartment building is now put up on the website to be sold. And more than what I ever thought it was going to be. My ex-husband was more than happy to be like, yep, let's get rid of it. Like I said, we're going to own our places free and clear. And like I said, your girl's here sitting on $500,000 in property. Anyways, like I said, and if I get the inkling or the hunch that I'm to sell this, I am. I ain't holding back. I mean, I'm hoping that I won't have to do that because I have plans. But I make plans, and the universe kind of says, "Ha ha ha." A lot of times, all the nice plans, or oh, you got that done? Okay, well now it's time to sell. That's where I give a thing, kind of the way things go. And I give people timelines just like I get timelines. I scales of divinity. I get timelines just like to do things. And if I don't do them, I get spanked. At least I'm putting myself out there to freaking get things done and try. At least the universe is like, all right, well, if you're at least trying, we can work with someone who's trying. If you're not even trying, I stayed in a place of freaking fog for a very long time. And I get it. I needed this time to heal and all that other stuff. But when that Saturn Uranus square started popping off, it started coming into my conscious awareness. It's time to unload. It's time to unload a bunch of shit. And I had to put my foot down even yesterday with my tenant next door. I gave her to the 31st to get all of the shit out. That was more than 60 days she had to fucking figure out what she's doing and get her shit out of here. And she didn't. So I told her, when I go in there, it's going to be like a motherfucking wrecking ball. So as soon as she rolled up yesterday, I'm like, where's my key? Well, I don't have it. I'm like, the fuck you don't? You're walking in and out of here. The hell you don't have my key? How are you getting in the house if you don't have the fucking key? Don't sit there and say you don't have my key. Oh, well, I didn't get it. No, dude. You got to get your shit out. I'm done playing. I got to get in there and freaking fix shit so I can turn the heat on. So, thank God it's been like 70 here. But it won't be much longer. And when that cold snap happens, I have to have a fucking plumber going over here. So, I ain't got time to fuck around. I told her. She walked away crying. I give no fucks at this point. This is a Saturn, I'm a Capricorn moon. It's all business, baby. I ain't got time for tears. Save your fucking tears. Type of thing. Yeah, I have compassion. I gave you plenty of enough time. Don't take my kindness for weakness ever fucking again. Because if it gets it to that point, I will take you to court and sue your ass for the fucking damages. I gave you enough time. You're not paying to fucking keep your shit over here. I don't give a shit. And this is exactly what I told her. So if she gets on here, because she is on my YouTube, I'm not fucking lying. If I have to fucking take her ass to fucking court, it's getting to that point. She ain't paying me for fucking her shit being over here. She needs to get the fuck out. Well, I didn't want to leave you with a mess. Well, the fuck you left me with a mess. Left me one hell of a mess. Walk away crying. You're going to be crying when I fucking sue your ass for all the damages. Anywho, like I said, people, I get it. This is why I don't want to be a landlord no more. They ruined it. So, by taking my kindness for weakness, never happen again. Nope. That's why I don't want to be a landlord no more. Not gonna fucking happen. I'll go out and fucking work like the rest of everybody else, and they can't sit there and fucking say shit. Because I'm no longer your mother. Or your father. Or whatever. Go find somewhere else to fucking destroy. You're done destroying my shit. You already ruined my fucking credit. So we're done at this point. Says Saturn. And she's a Leo. So yeah, she's feeling this. I give no fuck. I dealt with these squares. One of the things I said on my community page, you are a fixed sign. The cardinal signs went through hell. So we understand what you're going through. Fixed signs, we do. However, the only one that should be complaining is Taurus. They got Uranus going through their sign. When Aries had Uranus going through their sign, they had the Capricorn Brigade fucking them up, squaring them. They had Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter. That's a stellium in Capricorn, squaring Uranus. All at the same time. So I don't want to hear no fucking pity. No. I don't. Us cardinal signs are over it. We're all about action. We're all about taking action and moving forward. We don't want to hear all of your woes and complaints, fixed signs. This is life. This is the way it is. And yeah, you have Saturn squaring Uranus. Whoop de fucking do. Have all three of them squaring you once. Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto. All at once. Now we have Chiron going through that inner child healing and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm trying to be compassionate with people. Now it's time for me to take this out there. I'm done being a nice, compassionate landlord being taken advantage of. I'm done. And that's just the way it goes. You can only take so much fucking, and that's a form of financial abuse, by the way. Let's just put it out there. It's a form of financial abuse and manipulation. So it's witchcraft. Yep. I know. Most of you fixed signs are extremely hard workers too. And I appreciate that. My dad's a Leo. My dad's going through a lot right now too. You can't resist spiritual prepper tarot. You can. I get it, you'll fight back. You can't resist though. Whatever the universe is showing you, and the universe has showed me just where people have manipulated the fuck out of me. And not to allow it to happen like that anymore. That's why I said these tenants ruined me. They ruined me financially. I get it. It's the energies that's out there, and I get it. It's just the astrology part, but that's the true science. These squares are just obstacles you have to overcome. Obviously, you don't succumb to them; you overcome them. And if you know the astrology, it gives you a heads up. That's the beautiful part. It's these people that don't understand and haven't done the work or studied the astrology that are getting pummeled. Because they think that their manipulation tactics are going to fucking work. And they're not. And the divine is telling you, move here. Or we'll force you to move here. I know. Well, I was out of the matrix for a long time. And look, I'm in the matrix. I'm not of the matrix. Sort of like the divine or even biblical passages where it says you are in the world, not of it. You're supposed to be in the world, not become a part of it. So I'm in the matrix. I'm not of it. And that's where we got to be. Like, yeah. Well, one of the things, I'm so sorry. It's one of those things for me and for you guys. Stay off fucking negative Nancy news. Like if I post stuff about the news on here, it's because it's relevant spiritually in some form or fashion. A lot of times it'll be like people pointing out gaslighting of the systems and stuff like that, and it's hilarious. Like I find it hilarious at this point because I've been warning people since fucking 2019 what's going to happen, and nobody wanted to listen to Blue Flame. Nobody. Everybody, oh, you're crazy. Oh, that's just a coincidence. And then when things really started happening, my parents started noticing it, and now people in the Matrix notice it. I break shit energy wise. So, Jack. I love making you mad. Say hi. Isn't he here too? The only good cat in his house, by the way, is him. Because he's mine. Really? You're going to hug everybody? Jack! He wants to give you guys some kitty love and some kitty energy. Did I move it away from you? Does that make you mad? Oh, well. Oh, good grief, collective. Don't let fear stop you either. How are you going to know unless you try? Like I said, we have to have multiple streams of income. Absolutely. My properties were a good freaking form of income for the time that I had them, but it's time to move on. Like I said, these tenants ruined it for me completely. And because what used to always work before with manipulation and lies and gaslighting no longer works. Nope. It doesn't. And save your fucking tears is what I say. I should be the one fucking crying. The thousands and thousands of dollars I've lost due to shitty fucking people. The karma of these people. You know, that's one thing, like, the Scorpio would always say to me and stuff. He's like, how come it doesn't seem like these people get it? I said, it's because you're holding on to it. As soon as you release it, they get it. As soon as you release and not worry about it, that's when they get it. Oh, and they will. They done screwed you over or whatever. You got to release it. And it's through forgiveness and stuff like that. And I don't even like to talk about other people's karma. I don't care. People get it, doled out what they've given out. That's just the law of do unto others. That's the law of the universe. The golden rule. Do unto others if you would want them to do unto you. And if you've done unto others wrong, you're going to get that back. So, making things right. Things need to be balanced. And that's what Libra season was about. The scales being balanced. Virgo season was all about figuring out what the fuck was going on and how we were getting fucked. That hermit energy, we saw real clear where we were getting fucked. And it's like, okay, well, the universe says balance time through Libra season, and now Scorpio is like, put death, transformation. And it's a very high and accelerated rate at this point. We are not to be locked in. You know, it's one of the other things I said, even with like our platforms and stuff on YouTube. We don't know if the system's going to break down and the internet could go down. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with the power grids. The crystalline grid is coming online again. Our energy is going up to another freaking level, especially with this Saturn Uranus square. This is the third and final square of Taurus and Aquarius. The Saturn being in Aquarius and Uranus being in Taurus. You got freaking restriction and then chaos squaring each other. So if you're not releasing, especially if you're being shifted to move in the nodes in Scorpio, that's death and transformation. To get you on the proper timeline, this is it. And if you resist, you could be aiding in your own stuck. I've been telling the fixed signs. I don't want to hear it. I've been telling you since Saturn went into freaking. Actually, I was like, good luck, Taurus. This is back in 2018. When I knew Uranus was leaving Aries, thank God. And was going into Taurus, I'm like, I don't even know what to tell you. Good luck. Because I know what I've just been through the last 7.5 years, and it wasn't pleasant. Not at all. And then with the Capricorn Brigade, I went through some harsh fucking energy. So I don't want to hear it. Like I said, have Pluto, Saturn conjunct, and Jupiter all conjunct, squaring Uranus in your sign. Then come talk to me. This is nothing. This is very little. This minute compared to what the cardinal signs went through, especially Aries. We had no choice. Us as a collective sign, we had to. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of low vibrating Aries out there. A lot. I see them. Many of them are willing to freaking learn though. So it's not too late. It's not too late for the collective of any sign. And if they're just now coming into their awakening, we transformed first to be able to help them transform more quickly than what we did. We teach by modeling. We teach by the power of what we've been through and how we overcame it and these obstacles. You can use astrology every day. I tell people all the time, like even in work, like, yo, be careful when driving, be careful with this, and be careful with that, because these squares are very chaotic. Dude, my girl was in a car accident. She almost hit a buck. She smashed her. Like, there's a lot of things going on with that poor Gemini. I feel bad for her. Is one of those things where she didn't, thank goodness, hit that buck, but she almost did. And thank goodness I haven't saw any the last week and a half. They were along the roads for like almost a whole month. And I haven't seen any. And a lot of it, I think, has to do with me, asking the angels to protect my vehicle and protect those animals as I'm driving. Like, keep them off the road. I don't want to see any dead deer. I love wildlife. I don't want to hit any. Like, nah. I declare complete, clear driving and protection for all involved. And that's pretty much how I handle even going back and forth to work. And that was one thing that I didn't want to have to do, is start driving again. But I need structure. As an Aries, I need structure. I need a schedule. I need a set schedule and stuff like that. Like, if I'm left to my own devices a lot of times, I don't do well. So this is one thing that I do understand and I do realize about myself. And that's one thing that we have to understand, we need to know what our limitations are, and we need to capitalize on where our strengths are. Those limitations are those squares. And there are obstacles that we need to overcome. So I know getting my sleep pattern was one thing that I had to overcome, and I did it. Getting off certain medications, was an obstacle I had to overcome, and I did it. Understanding that I'm more needed out there than sitting here was an obstacle I had to overcome. Now, my next obstacle, I'm going to let you know that I have to overcome is getting all of my energy back so that when I do come home from work, I can freaking cook and clean and do all of that stuff. It takes a little bit of time when, not to mention, I'm 47, like I'm not no spring chicken, of getting into a routine when I get home that, I'm still continuing to do things and not just want to pass out and take a nap. Because it does take a lot out of you. I mean, I'm constantly moving from the time I wake up to the time I come home. And then it's just like, as soon as I stop moving, I don't want to move. So, yeah, I'm going to come on. Maybe I should do it tomorrow. Because Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm going to be driving, and going to New Jersey, and then I'll be back Sunday night. So I'm not gonna have really time to do it for the eclipse. So maybe I'll just hopefully I'll be able to freaking maintain energy here, and I'll come on and do the lunar eclipse reading tomorrow night. Because that's the only. I mean, I could do it Monday night when I get home from work, but I'm gonna be tired from the weekend, like how many vacations are. So if I'm going to do my best. So be prepared. I'm going to try and come on and do the lunar eclipse reading tomorrow night for the star seeds. That's what I like doing anyway. Fuck these, like that. I get it. Like, I don't mind coming on and read for the signs, but they're not near as high vibrational as what the star seed readings are. And I like doing for the collective light workers, period. It's where I'm drawn to. I need to do for the lunar eclipse, full moon. And guess what? That actually falls and lands on the Scorpio's birthday. So happy birthday to him, too. His birthday's coming up. So now my Scorpio son, he just had a birthday last week. I have a 27-year-old boy. I'm like, hey, you're like less than 3 years away from 30. How does it feel? Bite your tongue, Mom. Like, how do you think I feel? I'm going to be 50. So, oh. Anyways, collective, I figure I'd just come on and kind of pick up where I left off before I got my phone call. And yeah, it won't be long now for him. Like I said, the Kraken's soon to be released, and like I said, still be keeping him in your prayers. There's crazy shit going on all around him all the time, and he's got that Pisces moon. He doesn't just he's Scorpio, Aquarius with the Capricorn or Pisces moon. He feels everything. He knows a lot, and he's constantly being fucked with energetically. Like, so I have a lot of compassion for that. I don't have a whole lot of compassion when people are just being manipulative. But he's seriously in a sticky situation a lot of times. Like, so. I'm talking like just dealing with shenanigans. Anywho. Yeah. Not to mention when he gets out, he's going to have other shenanigans he's going to have to deal with. He's going to have all kinds of stuff he's going to have to deal with. And, typical stuff when you get out of prison and on probate or parole. Like, that's the type of shit he's going to have to deal with. So, he can handle it, though. I know. He's smart and extremely intuitive, and he knows I got his back. I'm a good person to have on your good side. I'm not so good person if you're on my bad side. He understands this concept at this point. Keep Blue Flame on my good side. I told him, even like with the chick that I had to deal with, that I have to work with. I told him, she done fuck with the wrong one. Like, we could have got along, but she chose otherwise. So she's going to pay the consequences of fucking with me. And I'm not saying I have to even do anything. The universe, God gets these people. Period. They screw with me the wrong way, or they mishandle my energy, they get fucked over. And it has nothing to do with me. I just sit back and hands off. Let them self-sabotage. Many times we just have to be hands off. Hands up, don't shoot. Like type thing. We got a lot of times we just have to be hands off. Just let God do God's thing, and we just need to proceed forward and stay positive about our own life and about where we're going. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. This was part 2 from what I did earlier. Like I said, I'm gonna try and come on tomorrow night. I did go to the grocery store today after work, so tomorrow I think I'm gonna come home from work, start dinner, and come on and do the starseed reading for the lunar eclipse, because I'm not gonna have time to do it much before that, and I don't want to do it. Bad cat. I don't want to do it on his birthday, and I don't want to do it the day before that Monday, because then, yeah, it's just too. I want to do it where you guys have a little bit of time to process it and see what I'm saying. If it doesn't fucking happen, I'm legit. I'm legit up here. So take it for what it's worth. Take what resonates and leave the rest. No, you can take everything, because everything I say pretty much is what the fuck is going down at this point. I got a lot of support. I have a direct connection with spirit. Aquarian Essence on my last stream confirmed it again. Like, I knew this, but she had, if you watch, you won't be able to see it for a day or two, because this is what YouTube does to me. They won't let you see the live stream. But everything that she had said, she confirmed. Hey, I have a direct connect into the ethers, right to the divine. I've been telling people this. Now people are actually having dreams about me, realizing this. So, man, Blue Flame's been telling you, don't fuck with me. Don't worry, I won't do nothing. The divine got me. The divine will do something to protect my integrity. If I'm staying in integrity and I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm staying in love and compassion, and people screw with that, it's on you what God does at this point. Well, I got divine protection, and I got ancestors that are itching for a fucking fight. So bring it. Have a good night, and I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm doing. Tomorrow afternoon, 5, 6 o'clock. I'm gonna try and make it for 5:30-ish. In between 5 and 6, I'm gonna come on and do the starseed reading. Be looking out for it. Actually, I'm gonna make up the stream, post it as soon as I get off of here, and you guys will see. Anyway, don't let those energy vampires keep you from fucking being afraid to go into the matrix and do what you're called to do. You got protection. You got divine protection. Like I said, people trying to attach to me at this point, I short them out. I will glitch them out. I'll steal their energy too. So, anyway, I'm off. Bye.